Good evening, future students, and welcome to the very informative session tonight with the University of, and please excuse my pronunciation, Radboud, but we have our colleagues online that will put me to shame shortly. So just a super brief introduction about who Global Education is. We are the in-country representatives of the University of Radboud, which means if you want to study there, you will come to us. We will guide you through the entire process, and what that process entails is if you don't really know what you want to study, if you're unsure of the courses, if your marks are up to scratch, we will help you through it. We will do the application for you. We will make sure that all conditions are removed. We will help you secure and seek accommodation. And we will also do your visa if you need it. So we are really a one-stop shop from A to Z. We are the link between the university and students. And I suppose just think of us as the anxiety protectors, because I know this can sometimes be a very overwhelming experience, but you are in safe hands. So I'm going to leave now and introduce my two awesome colleagues. You guys will be super excited to hear that the one is South African, which I think will make a lot of you feel a bit better, as he can give a chat about the experience, what it's really like, what campus is like, what the accommodation is like, and he's here to answer any of your questions. All right, team, off you go.
Thank you. So let me share the screen. So there we are. Hello, everybody. Good evening. My name is Loes Spierts. I work at the law faculty of Radboud University. And also this evening with me is Daniel. And Daniel is a current student, and he is studying the LLM International and European Law. Welcome. Well, Nijmegen, Radboud University, is located in the Netherlands. And where are we? We are right here. As you can see, we are located in the east of the Netherlands, really close to the German border. By bike or even by bus, it will only take you 15 minutes and you're already in Germany. And also good to know for you, when you arrive in the Netherlands, you will arrive in Amsterdam, Schiphol Airport, and there's a direct train connection to Nijmegen. It will take you 1 hour and 20 minutes, and then you are already in Nijmegen. And we do the Schiphol welcome service. We will be there with a booth, and we will guide you to the correct train, and we give you some refreshments. So the first steps in the Netherlands and Radboud University, we are already there to welcome you. Well, why the Netherlands? We have excellent education and research, and your degree will be internationally recognized. So basically, you can work everywhere, worldwide. We are a country of pioneers. There's a lot of research going on, and a lot of, how do you say it, inventions. But we're also multicultural. We are, well, gay friendly. There are a lot of cultures here in the Netherlands, not only European, but worldwide. And yeah, the Dutch population is, well, used to it, and we like it. We like to be multicultural and international. And also your degree will be value for money. It's not like in the United States or the UK where you pay like 50,000 euros for 1 year of education. No, it's more affordable in the Netherlands. And it gives you excellent education, fully taught in English. Funny fact, we have more bikes than people in the Netherlands. And we are always high on the rating of being happy and healthy. And everybody speaks English, even when you go to the supermarket and when you, well, meet my grandmother, for instance, and you ask her, please tell me where's the milk, or where can I find this or that product, she will understand you and she will speak back to you in English. This is a beautiful city. It's called Nijmegen. You see students sitting there at the beach. We do not have a sea, but we have a beautiful river. It's called the Waal, and students really like to sit there in the spring and summer and have a picnic or barbecue. And you can also see the biggest church in the city center, the Stevens Church. And you can take a dip at the river, but please be careful because there are ships there, so don't go too deep. But it's a really nice place to hang out. So why should you go to Nijmegen? Well, we are a lively student town. 1/6 of the population is a student, and it gives us a really nice, well, hipster, relaxed vibe. We have lots of green spaces. We have numerous parks, and also the woods are nearby. And also the campus of Radboud University is also very green. There are a lot of lawns, and there's also a wood nearby, so you can chill in the sun. We also have a rich cultural life, and there are a lot of gigs and performances. For 2022, for instance, the Red Hot Chili Peppers will come to one of our parks, and also Rammstein, and a town further, Lady Gaga will perform. We also have the 4-day marches. That is a super nice festival in July. People from all over the world, they walk 50 kilometers a day in and around Nijmegen. But around that walking festival, there are a lot of performances, gigs, a carnival organized, and everybody goes out and has a refreshment or a beer, and there's a big party the whole week long. We also have, of course, cinemas, art centers, and a lot of cafes, restaurants, and pubs where you can have a drink or a bite or dinner. And we are more affordable than, for instance, the cities in the West, like Amsterdam or Rotterdam. In Nijmegen, well, a pint of beer will be like 3.50, and in Amsterdam it will be €5, for instance. Also, the housing is more affordable in Nijmegen than in the other cities in the West. Well, we are an excellent hub for exploring. Not only within 15 minutes you're in Germany, but in 3 hours you can be in Paris, and in 5 hours you can be in Berlin. You can go to London. There are very cheap flights, for instance, from Eindhoven Airport. So if you are in Nijmegen in the Netherlands, definitely also plan some weekend trips and explore the Netherlands, but also the rest of Europe. It's easy to get around by bicycle. You will not believe it, but in Nijmegen there are streets for bikes. So it's really safe and it's really easy to bike. Everybody bikes, it's the Netherlands, so you sure should try. Well, during the orientation week in the beginning of the year, your mentor, your buddy, they will guide you to get a cheap second-hand bicycle. But we also have a citywide bus network. Here you see the central station of Nijmegen, and there goes a shuttle bus every 10 minutes. It's called Heyendaal Shuttle, and it takes you in around 7-8 minutes to the university. So if it's rainy or when it snows, or if you don't dare to bike, or if you're just too lazy, just grab a bus. It's really affordable and it's really quick. Then there also are train connections within the Netherlands and the rest of Europe. For instance, you can travel to Berlin by train or to Paris. And we also have the cheaper Flexbus to travel around Europe. Well, Radboud University, to give you an impression, this is the law faculty. This is the building where I, Delia, and also Daniel. It opened 8 years ago and it's really environmental friendly. We have solar cells on the roof, and the warmth of the summer is kept beneath the ground, and that is our heating in the winter. And the cold of the winter, that is our airco in the summer. So we really care for the environment. We have a lot of modern facilities. Here you see the Faculty of Science. We have good IT facilities, multimedia centers, and also laboratories. The campus is very green. We have a lot of grass, paths, trees. It's around 1 square kilometer, and the ambition is to become a 100% sustainable campus. So all the faculties are located at one campus. We have 7 faculties, from law, but also management, social sciences, arts, philosophy, they are all at one campus. And it's really convenient because you do not need a bike or a bus or a car to get from one faculty to another faculty. You will not always have courses at your own faculty, but also at other faculties, and they are reachable by foot within 8 to 10 minutes. Also attached to the campus is a sports center, and it's a really awesome center. It's the best university sports center of whole Europe, and it's quite affordable, but I will tell you more about that later. We have a lot of international students and also international professors, and also international students organizations, and students come from all over the world. So not only from Europe, but for instance, for the next intake for the LLM, the Master of International European Law, I have students coming in from Vietnam, from Australia, from the United States, and even from Japan. So that's really exciting. And there are more than 100 nationalities on the campus. So you meet people from all over the world. We are known for a personal approach. At Radboud University, you are not a number. People will know your face, and know your name. And also the education is also quite personal because the professor, he doesn't read from his book, but he will come to you and he will ask you, what do you think? And what is your opinion? And do you have any questions? So it's, yeah, better beware. It's, yeah, but we like the personal approach. There's also, of course, a lot of research going on at Radboud University because we are a research university. In the Netherlands, you have two kinds of universities, research university and universities of applied science. If you have a VWO gymnasium diploma in the Netherlands, so the highest high school diploma, you can access the research university, but only with the highest high school diploma. And it focuses, of course, more on literature and on research than the University of Applied Sciences. And if you have a medium level of high school, then you go normally to the University of Applied Sciences, and that is more hands-on, more practical. All the teachers at Radboud University are also researchers, and all research is integrated with teaching. So there are a lot of research centers connected at the several faculties. Well, some examples. We have the Donners Institute, and we have the Max Planck Institute, and they were awarded even a big prize, the Donners Institute. How about rankings? Important, I guess. We were the best traditional university from Goethe, the Guide of Choice in 2021, awarded by the Dutch students. 101 in the Shanghai ranking, 24 European teaching ranking, 139 the World University ranking, and 220 in the QS. And you can imagine there are more than 1 million universities all over the world. So we are quite proud of these rankings. On master programs, we have 35 English programs, fully taught in English in fields of business and economics, law, humanities, medical science. Well, you can see it. We are basically covered all the spots in public administration, political science, social behavioral sciences. Well, go to the website www.ru.nl/masters, and there you can find all our programs. And also you can see the courses, the curriculum, the admission requirements, but also interviews and stories from current students and alumni. So better check it out. In order to get admission to a master program, you need the bachelor degree. And sometimes students ask me, I did a bachelor in psychology, and now I would like to study law. Is that possible? No, unfortunately not. So your bachelor has to be in the same field of your master. So if you would like to study the International European Law Master, you need a bachelor in law. Would you like to study Business Administration Master? You need a bachelor in Business Administration. Also, there are language requirements because the programs are fully taught in English. So you need to have a sufficient IELTS, TOEFL, or Cambridge. And for the IELTS, we need the mean score of 6.5, all the scores higher than 6.0, and writing also has to be higher than 6.5, because you will write your research thesis, so you have to be, well, good in English writing. Then for the TOEFL, the mean is 90, sorry, and for writing it's 23, and no other subscore can be lower than 22. And for the Cambridge, it's C1 or C2 level. Some programs are selective masters, for instance, the LLM, law. We also need to receive a motivation letter, but you can check out the website and then you can see what kind of requirements there are. Also, you can do a pre-check, that's an e-check, and the website is echeck.ru.nl. Pre-master's program, it prepares you for a master program. If you don't have a perfect fit between your bachelor and a master, you can always do 1 year a pre-master year. So that's when your background is not, well, sufficient enough to be directly admitted to the master. Normally, you have 2 hours of lecture and 4 hours of working group per course, and you will have like 3 courses per semester. So that will be 6 hours of lecture and 12 hours of working groups. The teaching, as I already told you, is very interactive. The professor will come to you and ask about your opinion and do you have another viewpoint and what do you think? And we're really for creating discussions. And again, no input or no opinion or viewpoint is strange or wrong. We really care for the students' input. There are also some soft skills. That means for some courses, you have to make videos or vlogs or blogs to be really creative. It's not only about writing essays and making examinations. There's always a study advisor available. May you have extra needs, like extra facilities, if you need more time for examinations because you have dyslexia, for instance, or maybe you've broken your wrist and you cannot write that well, then you can get extra time. But also if you struggle a bit, which course to choose, or am I on the right pathway, or I'm struggling with my thesis, you can always drop by the study advisor. You have 1 examination chance, and if you do not make it, so it's a fail, you have to do a resit. So there are 2 chances per academic year. And I know for some countries, for instance, Italy, they can take resits till they have the grade they like, but that's not the case here. And the grading scale sufficient goes from 6 till 10, 6 and 7 normal, 8 and 9 wow, great, 10 exceptional. So if you score a 6, you cannot do the resit. 6 is sufficient, pass the course, check, next course. For your application, for all the Dutch universities, you have to create an account in StudyLink, www.studylink.nl, and then you can upload your documents to Osiris. For non-European students, is the deadline 1 April, so you still have some time to apply. And now let's talk about money. The tuition fee for the masters in 2022 are around 16,000 euros. Some programs cost a bit more, some programs a bit less, but it's around 16,000 euros. You can check the website in order to find out how much the tuition is for your master program. And of course, it's a lot of money, but then again, if you go to the United States or the UK, it's like 3-4 times more than this. It's around 50,000 in the United States. We made an overview of the yearly expenses. For accommodation, we think it's around 5,000 euros. And then the living expenses, 4,000, but you have to be smart, okay? We have like cheap supermarkets called Aldi or Lidl, or go to the market on Saturday. It's much more cheaper there than in other supermarkets. For the study books and materials, around 1,000 euros, and the insurance will be around 500 euros. Good news, we offer scholarships for non-European students. For instance, the Radboud Scholarship Program, the Holland Scholarship Program, and the Orange Tulip Scholarship. This is arranged via NESO-NUFIC. If you have a double nationality, so you're South African, but you also have the European nationality, and it doesn't have to be Dutch, also can be, for instance, Italian or the French, and double nationality, then you pay the lower tuition fee because you're considered a European student, and that's only 2,209 euros. The Radboud Scholarship Program also lowers the higher tuition fee of 16,000 euros to 2,209 euros. They are partial scholarships, so they do not cover everything, but they lower the tuition fee around 14,000 euros, and they cover for your residence permit, your visa, and insurance. The deadline already passed, always it's before 1 March, but yeah, next round you can apply again. Some programs have 2 intakes, for instance, the LLM, law, but you can apply for the September or the February intake, but we only, unfortunately, can offer scholarships for the September intake. And most students, they start in September. Then we have the Orange Tulip Scholarship. It's from students also coming from South Africa, and you have to apply via NUFIC NESO for it. And also here the deadline before 1 March. Then there are program-specific scholarships. For instance, the Master in Theology has one, or the Master in Philosophy. And also there is a Medical Center Study Fund. And they have full and partial scholarships. This only counts for the programs Biomedical Sciences and Molecular Mechanism of Disease. Also good to know that you cannot study hardcore medicine in English at Radboud University. So you cannot be a surgeon, for instance, or a dentist. No, but we have the biomedical science program. Working as a student, knowing some Dutch, of course, that can be useful. And non-European students only can 16 hours per week go to work. And you need a work permit. A lot of students work in bars. And then that to say that in the kitchen or working in bars, how do you say, providing people with drinks, a lot of people speak English. So knowing Dutch is useful, but you don't have to be like really good in Dutch. We also offer jobs at the campus. Daniel, who is with me here today, also worked as a student assistant. And that, for instance, is helping with calling campaigns for new students, writing blogs, checking the website, making vlogs, assist during webinars or open days. So that's really fun. We will help you. You are not alone, and you will be in a warm bath when you come to Radboud University. Before arriving, we will be there at Schiphol Airport to welcome you, to give you a refreshment and to guide you to the direct train, to the correct train. We help you also with visa, residence permit, and housing. And I'm really happy to say that for students who live far, far away from the university, so for instance, in South Africa or Zimbabwe, housing is guaranteed. So how does it work? You check in Osiris, you click the pre-arrival services, and that means you would like to receive a housing offer. Then you indicate how much you can pay per month. And then in May, June, you will receive a housing offer. And all these rooms are located in Nijmegen, some in the city center, some at the campus, and some in the west of Nijmegen, but always within 20 minutes cycling distance from the university. And in the Netherlands, in Nijmegen, you always have your own room. So you do not have to share it with a snoring, irritating roommate. No, you have your privacy. You do have to share the facilities like the kitchen and the toilet and the shower, but the room is yours. Well, during your study, we will also help you. I already told you about the study and the student advisors, but there are also mentors, tutors, a student dean. For instance, if you come in financial trouble, there's a psychologist, there's a team social work, there are trainers, there are a lot of workshops before for example, to improve your English. Or how to study smarter, to make a study plan, but also prepare for your career, an elevator pitch, how to write the correct resume. So there are a lot of trainings and workshops going on, and mostly they are for free. Here you can see the yearly festival Radboud Rocks. It's every year in May. And students, professors, and also people like me from the supporting staff, we are enjoying a glass of wine or a beer and gigs. And this is at the campus. So everybody is dancing and having a great evening out. And students sometimes are surprised, oh, next to me is a professor and he's drinking a beer with me. Yeah, that is the informal culture of Nijmegen, of the Netherlands. Well, the sports center. There are more than 80 sports you can practice, and it's around 18,000 euro, 18 euros a month. So it's just over 100 euros a year, and you can practice unlimited sports. The sports center is located near the campus. Actually, the big building you see in the background, that is the Faculty of Arts. So it's really close to the university. So that means after a long day of lectures and studies, you can, chill, sport, and get fit again. And we are the #1 university sports center in the world. We have a lot of sports like climbing wall, playing volleyball, but also fitness, soccer. You get a discount at the swimming pool in the city center. And for ice skaters, we also have an ice skateboard in Nijmegen. Well, the orientation week, this will be in the beginning of your study. So in the end of August, you will get to know the campus and the city. Your mentor and your tutor, they will show you the cheap supermarkets where you can open a bank account, where the nice shops are. You will learn your colleague students, not only from your own program, but also from other faculties. You will learn also Dutch students, and I think you will make friends for life. Well, we also organize a lot of social activities during your studies. For instance, there are guest lectures, cultural events. There are a lot of study associations. For instance, the ESN. At law faculty, we have Elsa and Sila. And for instance, they organize excursions to the Amsterdam Anne Frank House, or to the tulip fields of the Keukenhof, but also more formal visits, like visits to the courts in The Hague. And they can help you also to build your resume and do elevator pitches. And there are a lot of parties organized by them also. And we have a students' church, and they organize a meet and eat. And that is really internationally orientated, because every month another destination, another continent will be highlighted, and there you can have nice discussions with each other. You do not need to know Dutch, because the program is totally taught in English. But, well, maybe it can be handy, for instance, if you would like to work, or if you would like to talk to people in shops or restaurants. It's a free course, and it's social Dutch course, and it's at our language center, Radboud into Languages. As a student, you get a big discount at the language center. You can also choose to learn Spanish, Italian, Chinese, German, for instance, and it's, well, it gives you a big discount as a Radboud student. If you would like to stay in the Netherlands after your studies, it would be really smart to firstly take the social Dutch course and then get your Dutch to a higher and higher level. Because, yeah, you can work in the Netherlands speaking English, but it gives you better chances when you speak Dutch. Well, there is indeed a study association for everything, or student association. We have international associations, sports, theater, debating, musical, social ones, also study related. So you will not get bored in Nijmegen. So to sum it up, 5 reasons to study at Radboud University. We are the best traditional university, chosen on a row again. We have a wide range of study options, all taught in English. Worldwide recognized degree, so you can work everywhere, not only in the Netherlands or Europe, but internationally, worldwide. And we have a personal approach to teaching. You will not be a number, and we will welcome you from minute 1, day 1. You will feel really that you are in a warm bath. And we have excellent services and facilities that makes your life and your studies more easy. We organize a lot of online events like virtual open days, webinars, fairs, and Master Student for a Day. You can also check that out on our website. And now I would like to give the word to Daniel, and he's currently studying at Radboud University.
Thanks, Lois. It's obviously mostly been put through the slides that we've gone through, but happy to be able to just share that I've had a really great time here. This is a photo of the river from the other side of the river to where the city is. And to give you an idea, I think it's like a 3-4 minute bike ride from where I stay. There's a photo of, there's even found some vineyards within a 5-kilometer bike ride. This is also a bike ride to Germany that I did the past weekend, actually. So yeah, it's for me coming from South Africa, it's made it easier being in such a nice town where you've got such access to the outdoors. But then also the university's really surprised me just in terms of how I don't think it's that globally. It's not a university name would pop out at you straight away. But once you get here, you realize the quality of the education, the level of the infrastructure, and as well that it's really a friendly town and a great place to live. So I've really enjoyed my time there. I think that's all I have to say, Lois, unless you want me to say something more.
Yeah, maybe you can tell something about your application process, how that went.
It was so simple that I forgot it already. But yeah, so really quick and easy. Everything is online, which is really helpful, which is not always the case with everything in South Africa, especially. So and the university handles the visa process. And that's really, it's nothing to stress about, really. It's something that happens within the time frame that is set out. The accommodation is clean and central and affordable. So, and all of that stuff is provided to you. And I think, yeah, Lois was handled my application personally, but I mean, I still speak with her quite regularly during the year. So it's really a nice feeling of as she said, you're not a number. The classes are smaller, and the application process from the beginning is the same way. That if you have a question, you'll get an answer pretty quickly, and everything is done in a pretty fair, reasonable way. So yeah, it's been a really great experience in that way.
Thank you so much, Daniel.
You paid me to say that, but it's actually.
So here we are for the students. Get your smartphone and scan the QR code. Then you get more information about studying the English taught programs at Radboud University. But you always can send us an email at studyinformation@ru.nl. And of course, we are also on the socials, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Study at Radboud. So please, scan the QR code and we will keep you updated. And I think that was my presentation. Let me see. Okay.
Just give me 2 seconds, just having some technological, obviously some issues here. There's been a couple of questions that's come in from on our chat box. So if you don't mind, I'm just gonna ask them, and then if you have the answers, fantastic. But if you don't, rest assured, our future students, we will find you the answers. All right. So
Great.
one of the most popular questions that we've seen come through tonight is the South African National Senior Certificate accepted? And if so, what are, sort of the generalized entry requirements?
Well, I know for the law faculty that we do accept a bachelor obtained at a university in South Africa, and also the English language test is waived if you have your formal education.
So for the students that are listening tonight, what it means by having your English requirement waived is an assessment has been done on the country, and South Africa is considered an English-speaking country. So that's what that means. When the universities say that they can waive the English, it's because a pre-assessment and arrangement has been done with our local government on that. I'm just checking. So this is actually a very, very interesting question, and it's something that us at Global Education, we are seeing quite a trend on. The question is, how important is it to have the AP math certificate? So the AP is an extra bit of education, and we are seeing with our Dutch partners that it is becoming increasingly more popular. Can you maybe shed some light if you guys require APs?
Yeah, for certain programs, for instance, at the management faculty or the Faculty of Sciences, this is indeed required. But the best thing to do is to check out the website and go to the study you would like to study, and there you can see all the admission requirements.
Okay, fantastic. And Daniel, just a closing statement. Out of 10, how would you recommend the Netherlands? Coming from a fellow South African, we're always curious, how is it really? We can see on the media that the Netherlands are incredibly lovely. They are welcoming. It's a safe country. Is it true? Is the question, I think, is on everybody's mind. Is it true? And are you happy that you made the decision?
Yes, I would. Out of 10.
Okay, 300.
A 9 out of 10. Nothing's perfect. Life isn't perfect, but
of course, yeah.
A fun place to be. In terms of, I'm a little bit of an older student, so I came to Leiden University, which is another one of the universities here, as an exchange student from Stellenbosch University about 5 years ago. And after that experience, I came back, and I've come back to study here, but also to look for job opportunities and things like that. And the Netherlands offers it's really safe. It's a well-balanced lifestyle approach to the working world and to the university. And yeah, I don't really have any negative things to say. And the opportunity.
The rain, Daniel, the rain.
No, well, it's been sunny for a few weeks now, so I forgot about that. But yeah, I think.
Let's not jinx it.
Sorry?
No, I said let's not jinx the rain.
No, the forecast is good for the next week. You get really adept at picking the perfect forecast to see if there's going to be any rain on your ride to university. But
yeah, but I think it's also
so-
nice to have 2 seasons, to have, well, colder weather in the winter, and then you see the nuts again in the trees and the flowers are coming up. And oh, what I forgot to say, I think Daniel is also doing that. After your studies, you can sign up for a search year. And that means you can stay for 1 year in the Netherlands, and then you look for an internship or a job, and your visa and residence permit will be prolonged. So that's also a nice opportunity if you like.
That's really
Yeah.
cool. And
It opens the door.
The level of economic opportunities in some of the biggest cities, especially in the Netherlands, that you can access through studying at Radboud, which is seen as one of the top faculties for me personally. But you're on a different footing to if you're coming from South Africa, and it's pretty exciting to see the opportunities you can access once you've been studying at Radboud for a few months even. So yeah, it's been a great experience for me.
Fantastic. Well, I thank you both for your time. I think this has been an incredible session, so informative, and nice, easy breezy, quick. So I would just like to draw the attention to our future students onto the screen. If you would like to get hold of us at Global Education to assist with your application to study in the Netherlands, please get hold of us. We have offices in Zimbabwe and in South Africa. Our locations in South Africa are Cape Town, Durban, and Johannesburg. However, everything can be done remote. I wish you both a lovely evening, and we really appreciate your time. Daniel, you are the bearer of the flag, so thank you.
Thank you very much. I wish you also a wonderful evening. Really nice to meet you. And yeah, of course, we hope to receive a lot of students from South Africa and Zimbabwe at Radboud University.
They will be rolling in, I'm sure. Thank you both so
Great.
much for your time. And to our students, if you've got any questions, please let us know.
Thank you.
Good
Bye.
evening. Bye.
Good evening.
Bye.